Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early February 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Pisceans out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you, my friends. Talk to me, my guides. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get this first card out. What do we got for the Pisces, please? Piscean Collective, thank you. Yeah, this is a Piscean energy right up front. Okay, this does not surprise me in a Pisces reading whatsoever. It's beautiful, it's etheric, it's imaginative. So we'll peel back the layers on that. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look at this card. So, you know, I always like to brag that I'm a Pisces rising and part of the collective. So I totally get this type of energy and vibe. It's very dreamy, etheric. It could be daydreamy. A lot of us could be doing a lot of daydreaming in this time. Very active mind. Notice that this person is in somewhat of a spiritual pose. It looks like she's doing yoga or meditating. When I see this energy, it is usually spirit saying like, hey, embrace your creativity. If your mind is going, if you are daydreaming, maybe jot some things down. Bring that creation from the ether into actual physical manifestation, which is good. So a lot of you could be tapping in a little more to your spiritual side, or there could be something connected to spirit that you need to focus in on here. Notice it also has the clock that is like broken up, the illusion of time. This is just super dreamy. So no, in the coming days and weeks, the mind might be going a little more. It's all good though. We're used to it, right? Let's get into the tarot. I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. But yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness. So what's going on with Pisces here? Talk to me, my guides. What do we got? So last week's reading was interesting. It was titled Let It Go. And I always try to keep them as simple as possible. But last week's reading, it felt like there was something that was lingering, hanging on, that you just couldn't let go of for whatever reason. Or, I mean, of course, it could have been somebody else. But we're going to see what energies are showing up this week for the collective, right? We're going to hope to keep it optimistic and positive. Let's get you 3. And as always, you know, these readings are never set in stone. Energies are never set in stone. Only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your energy or somebody else's. There's a lot of Pisces out there. Let's get 3. And deck is being a little specific. There we go. Thank you. Okay, we have the 7 of Swords. There is something unseen, Pisces. Okay, that's not the best way to lead off a reading here. I'll be honest. I'll keep it real with you. I don't like seeing the 7 of Swords in the first position, but let's not throw the whole thing out yet. Let's get 2 more. It could easily just be something unseen. All right, 2 of Swords, so double dose of the mystery right here, Pisces. Okay, so we're starting off with a lot of unknowns, a lot of unseens. Okay, we're really going to need to uncover this. The 2 of Swords in the center. And once again, with all the swords, that's mental energy, just like we were seeing in the Oracle. There's a lot of mental action happening. Okay, and we do have the Hermit. Some of you might just be in that mode. So it seems like some of the aspects of the tarot cards we have out here we're showing up within the Oracle card as well. So the Hermit on the back end, interesting mixture of energies here, my friends. And I will say this before we get into the nitty-gritty, the way these energies are lining up, these are all mysterious cards. These are all cards that have aspects of the unknown and the hidden. So we really want to dig deep on all of them. But hold on, let's get these cards straightened out to the best of my abilities, because they'll drive me crazy. But we're going to go through, let's get these classical meanings out of the way before the intuitive. Position number 1, we have the 7 of Swords. Now, usually I say this card could represent sneaky individuals, somebody who's hiding something. Like this is sneaks and thieves to me on the worst end, because all cards have positives and negatives. The positive of this card Sure, it could just represent something you don't see, a mystery, the unexpected, the surprising. So we want to clarify this. Hopefully this doesn't represent an individual. I would just keep your head on a swivel whenever there's the Seven of Swords, right? Because it could be a little dishonest. That's the best way to put it. So moving over, we have the Two of Swords. So as I was saying, this is one of my other big cards of mystery. All twos in tarot could represent partnerships, connections, relationships. They could represent decisions, choices, being at a fork in the road. This is a little bit indecisive. It could talk about confusion, not seeing things clearly. But the Two of Swords, to me, aside from all those things, it just represents the hidden. Okay, I'll just keep it as simple as possible. This is right up there with the Moon card with me. So whether there is something you were purposely hiding within yourself, there's a little bit of darkness here, right? And we're not going to freak out about it just yet, Pisces. We're just going to keep it moving. Now, moving to the very extreme back end of this spread, we have the Hermit. Now, for a portion of you, this could represent a connection you have with a Virgo. The Hermit could be some of you in literal hermit mode, like retracting, pulling back. There could be something you're withdrawing from. It could be the world itself. It could be an individual when the Hermit's here. There's positives with the Hermit. It is spiritually tapped in. It's wise. It's somebody that has a lot of knowledge, but it could also represent the dark night of the soul. It could represent communication issues, communication blockages, and usually the Hermit is a card that is in the nighttime. So once again, we have this little veil. We have this little layer of the unknown, the unexpected, that we want to try to dig more detail out of here. But for some of you, it could just be as simple as a Virgo, a prominent Virgo in your life, for sure. But let's just put these cards down right here. And yeah, I got to dive deeper on all this, Pisces, so let's jump in and clarify. Okay, so we're going to get a good shuffle, see what's going on for my Pisceans. Talk to me, my guides. Totally different than last week, I'll say that. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what's up with that Seven of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's see. Give us some nuggets here. What's going on that seven? Why's the Seven of Swords here for Pisces? Thank you. All right, thank you. Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this is absolutely something coming to light here, Pisces, or something being made known. Whether you do it or somebody else does it, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, usually a card that represents stopped, rested. Maybe there is something you thought was resolved, like something you thought was like, yeah, I thought I resolved that. I thought that was done like a while ago. Why is it popping up once again? Because it's giving me that vibe. Now, of course, I know a few weeks ago we did have a reading that was beware of that person. I would absolutely say watch the company you keep, because this could be a warning about certain individuals in your midst. They could be keeping a secret. They could be keeping something hidden for whatever reason. But when the Four of Swords is in reverse, this is an action card. So just watch out. I would expect the unexpected in various different ways in the coming days and weeks, okay? Or this is somebody keeping something within. Lots of sword energy. So this mental energy is still showing up here, okay? I feel like we need to pull more cards to see what's up. But something you may have thought you dealt with is going to resurface, right? A situation. This could be a warning for sure. Let's move in on the Two of Swords. I don't want to spend too much time here on the front. So why is that Two of Swords here? I hope we don't get the whole sword suit showing up in this spread. So why is that Two of Swords here? Something coming to light. Another sword card, we have the Page of Swords in reverse here. Okay. Yeah, let's not talk about it. That's okay. Like, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. This is somebody saying, like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Let's not talk about it. How about that? Like, that's a vibe I'm catching here. Still tons of mystery here. Now, the Page of Swords, you could be having issues with an air sign or a younger individual. But when I see this Page of Swords, it's very defensive. And once again, with these sword cards in reverse, this is like things coming to light. People coming to light, like certain things. So I would take this as multiple warnings that in the coming days and weeks, things could come bubbling to the surface. Information could be bubbling to the surface, especially with this Page in reverse. Even if like somebody doesn't want to talk about it or you don't want to talk about it, something is going to come bubbling to the top. Some information is about to be revealed. That's just how it feels to me. So let me show you this page. Usually a communicator, although defensive, could be dropping the guard as well. So we're going to go in on that Hermit, see if we get any more details on this, because it feels like it could be various things, Pisces. Let's go in on that Hermit. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. Yeah, big warnings here about the mind all over the place. So let's see what's up with the Hermit. Why is that Hermit here? Thank you. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles in reverse underneath this Hermit. All right, this is somebody who's not afraid to be alone, okay? Or somebody who's not afraid to do something on their own. Like, no, I'll be good. I'm okay in my room. I'm okay over here by myself. Like, that's a vibe I'm picking up here. Very interesting. Now, the Five of Pentacles, usually a card of loneliness, somebody who's sad. In reverse, this is somebody not feeling those feelings, right? But under this Hermit, I feel like somebody's saying, like, you know what? I don't have time for anyone's BS. I don't have time for any of the games. I'm cool over here in solitary mode. So even if that's not you, that could be a person around you where they're like, you know, I'm cool over here. I'm cool solitary. So this is an interesting type of energy here. Okay, it's a withdrawn type of vibe as well. So a lot of you could be withdrawing or pulling back from something in a very big way. Let's go through and do a quick little recap. And then we'll do a shadow card. And because there's a lot going on here, Pisces. In position number one, we have the Seven of Swords with the Four of Swords in reverse. Like I said, with these first two, it feels like something could be coming to light. Things could be coming, like being revealed. There could be a lot of unknowns becoming known here. I said, beware of certain individuals around you. We could have multiple warnings sprinkled throughout this spread about things popping up from the past or things that you thought you may have already solved or, you know, work through, like circling back around. I know nobody wants to deal with that BS, but that's what's possibly showing up. But be skeptical about certain individuals. Now, moving to the center, we have the Two of Swords with the Page of Swords in reverse. To me, this is somebody saying, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. That's it. Like, I don't want to have this conversation. I don't want to talk about it. Also, it could be, once again, things bubbling up to the surface, information coming to the surface, right? Like hidden, unexpected, like it feels like various different things could be happening. However, we move to the back end, we have the Hermit and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. You might not have time for any of this nonsense or BS that's going on. A lot of you could be in Hermit mode where you're withdrawing from a situation, withdrawing from an individual. You don't care about all this stuff that's happening. It's like, I'm cool over here. Like, I'm cool over here. I don't need any of that stuff that's going on over there. Like, it is somebody who's like minding their own and they're not lonely doing it. Like, they're cool. And that's like a vibe I'm picking up. So very interesting, big withdrawn type of energy. Please take a screenshot. If you've been having issues with someone, that might just be the mode they're in. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to discuss it. They just want to go be a hermit for whatever reason. Okay, so let's see what's in the shadows. Interesting, Pisces. So what's in the shadows here? And yeah, I'm using the Shadowland Tarot deck for this portion, which I always like to put a cherry on top of every reading. So what's in the shadows for Pisces? Oh, okay, thank you. So we do have the Queen of Pentacles showing up as the shadow card here, my friends. Let's get these cards out of the way. Now, this could represent mother figures. It could be earth signs. You know, there could be scars in regards to a mother figure or femininity in general, but this is earth energy. And when I see earth energy in the shadows, I say, watch out for money situations, make sure you're not overspending, keeping to a budget, all that stuff. I feel like for a lot of you, there could be certain situations going on that are a blessing in disguise, even if it doesn't feel like it at this time. Even if something feels tough, even if it feels super rough, know that this could be a blessing in disguise. Because remember, we're looking at the shadow side of this card. Maybe there's somebody that's making you feel cornered or like is being overbearing. They're like smothering you in some sort of way when we see the shadow side of this queen. But to me, I feel like a lot of you need to hear whatever it is you might be going through is better for the future. It's a blessing in disguise. So yeah, that's what I had for you this week, Pisces. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the February subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the January subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for February, I've decided to run it back. Once again, we're doing 2 copies of the most adorable deck in all the land, the Smith Tiny Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments which card from this week's reading you thought was most adorable. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of February, the winners will be in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.